All right, gentlemen. Let's work. Been a while since I did that. Welcome back to AC Bagel's YouTube channel, The Way of Mandalore Book 6, Technical Review and Final Editions Part 2. I did kind of rip through some of these changes. So when we last walked out of here, this one was partially done. And then this one was partially done, and then everything above that was done. So I had two partials, and now look at all I've done. Look at all the green. So I will recap and show you some of the things I have done. And then the first thing we're going to start doing is look how to cut a little bit out of the Grogu flashback. Just maybe like 15 seconds out of it. It drags on a little long and doesn't add much. In my opinion, it was a little anticlimactic upon my first watch of, what was that, Book of Boba Fett, when they show that. You know, I would have preferred to see, like, anybody from the EU other than a new character. Look, Ahmed Best, all the respect in the world to him. It's cool for him. Was it the best thing in the world for the story of The Mandalorian and for Grogu as a character? I don't think so. So I was just like, wait, who is that? You know, you watch that and I see Ahmed Best and you're just like, what? Okay, I guess they made him a new character. I don't know. It didn't, like, punch. I would have rather seen, Sindralig or something. Any Quinlan Voss, I guess. I know that wouldn't really work with this placement, but just anybody. Make it EU compatible somehow. Shakti, and then she goes back and gets stabbed by Anakin, or they cut how many times has she died? She dies in EU like 4 times, right? I know they're all like a bunch of deleted scenes and stuff, but they couldn't decide. Should have actually been Jar Jar. That's true. That would have been the perfect time for a Darth Jar Jar reveal. Okay. Let me get this on my other monitor so I can know what to bounce around to. So, the new Din walking scene. We'll start with that. What the? Okay, sorry, I just noticed my speakers were not coming out of my headphones. Alright. Din walking. Din walking is like here. there it is. Told you I needed a scene of Din walking. And there you go. It's that simple. Because before, for some reason, that's the shot you get in The Mandalorian. And just the way I reordered events and stuff, I needed like a context shot before of why Din's like here walking in at this time, coming through this door. So I got that, and then while I'm on a close-up to Boba, you get the sound of a door opening. Okay, that simple. New shot of Din walking. Gives the context we need. And there he is, slowly striding in. Done. Easy enough. Let's see. Next, I will show you the Boba line. I did end up working with Goob to replace the line here with Chrysanthemum Antonin. So I did go for the Gladiator Pits line, so this is how this sounds currently.
You'll be fine. You've survived worse than the Gladiator rings. They're falling back!
So, pretty simple. Might boost that like one. Let me turn my headphones up too, because I can't really tell how loud stuff is. So, I think that sounds better than the "Welcome back, Sando. I thought you were gone." Just don't like that dialogue too much. Next, at a Dinline Freetown fall back, Boba with me. I thought it was weird in this part, the droids swarm them, and then all in one coordinated effort, everybody starts running the same exact direction, and nobody says anything. There's no dialogue from, like, where's the last word even? From this?
Problems.
Yeah, he goes, "We got problems. Real problems." And then there's just no dialogue for like 2 minutes. It's really bizarre. It just feels wrong when you watch it. And then even like through all of this, this whole sequence, like Boba's little lineup thing, like there's all these like moments where it feels like there should be talking, and there's not anything. So this is where the first real voice line is. Din says, "I can't get through." And I actually re-recorded it because the Disney version I think sounds really bad. His tone was like very high pitched, and it was like muffled in a way. So the one I recorded for Din sounds better than even the Disney one. This was like tone and delivery. So I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new voice lines in here. And they're all just little flavor stuff, but it's better than it being just dead silent. So I'll let you listen to it.
Freetown, fall back!
Oh, hold on.
Freetown, fall back!
Okay, then they run.
Boba, with me.
Boba, with me. And then you get this like slow moment from Boba, and I just hit him with a little quiet thing.
That's it.
Just like a little, that's it. Like he's taunting the thing, like getting its attention, and then jetpacks past it. He does that totally silent, and it just, I don't know, that really looks like he's trying to say something here when you pop up like that. So that's it. And then zooms past him. And rather than Din just like trying his flamethrower for 15 seconds with nothing. I just have him say, like, this isn't working. Then he looks back and drops you a dank ferric.
Let's try this.
So those like grunts you hear, I had to add all those. So those are my new voice lines. He was like swinging like very labored and wasn't making any noise or any reaction sounds, no dialogue. So I at least added like a and then this he just goes, let's try this. And then finally,
I can't get through. These two will destroy the whole city.
okay, so all those things just add, I think, a little bit of flavor, and when you watch the whole thing, it feels very natural. Watching all of that with not a single word feels very unnatural. Way better. Whole battle in Boba Fett was unfinished. Yeah, it really did. It was lacking a lot of like touches like that. Now here's one I'm very proud of. So right, he goes, "This isn't working. I can't get through." And then they kind of talk about the droid shields, and then Boba says, we need reinforcements." And he says, "Where? You ran out of friends." And then Boba just like tells him, "I'll be back," and then jetpacks off. And so it goes from that jetpack straight into Din running from this overhead shot. This is the original show. These are my two new things. So you get like this, and then I clip this in half. So I use like the second half of Boba's flight here, the first half here. So you get like a Boba flight, and then the droid shooting after him as Din just like silently runs away. So here's what I have changed that to.
Protect the others.
Sorry, it was laggy. Visual lag on that.
Thanks, Ferric. Thanks, Ferric.
Great, so those two like additional pacing shots are what I added in there. So you get a dank ferric in there as he looks up, and then a shot of him turning and sprinting to run away. Just helps that moment like breathe a little bit more. And so this like dank ferric thing I'm running like a little humor bit, because you get him saying it because I had one over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I kind of have this like running little humor gag of him saying it in like different tones based on what's happening. So the first one's like, right, the first one I dropped here when he sees the second droid coming over to him. He's like, "Dang, Ferric. Like, goodness gracious." The next one's like Boba just like jets off. It's like, like a what the hell type of thing. Then over here, now he's like, "I almost died." Drop a curse. Over here again. That one's like, "Oh, that was close" type of tone. And then finally, to finish off the little gag, as the Rancor comes up, so I thought it was so weird in the show that they don't have any reaction from Din to the Rancor. There's just nothing. It just all plays out. So I thought, like, okay, at least have him, like, look up and see it. So then you get that, like, damn type of dank Ferric. So you got the different tones. And then he comes in and then they tag team it. So I think all these lines, I added like 15 new things in here. I think it just helps that moment, this scene play out a little more finished. And it doesn't feel as off. Like Goob was saying, if you watch this on Disney Plus, you watch it and you're just like, this feels a little unfinished. It feels rushed. The pacing's really weird. Doesn't feel good to watch. So I think the little flavor stuff will help it just feel a little more cohesive and not out of place. This was just a shot I fixed. So in the show, here's what happens. So this is a different edit. Somebody tried replacing Grogu in his hand with this container. And while I appreciate the effort to randomly have Din spawn a container in his hand doesn't make too much sense. I didn't really have a solution before, when I first made this a year ago. So I was just going to roll with it, or I tried even doing like a really cropped version and stuff. It looked wonky. So I think this is the best solution I've found so far, is just a little AI shot of him lowering his blaster and charging them. So it's like a second and a half. And then him running at them, so that covers up the Grogu. It gets rid of him holding the container. Like even this one, like that was the other editors. Like it's just like what's he doing? The hand looks weird right there. Doesn't look supernatural. Again, respect the effort. I think what I ended up throwing in there works better when you watch it play. More and more evidence these episodes of Book of Boba are ripped from season 3. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think that wrapped up the ads I did to the end of this battle. And then some new... I replaced the Boba lines. I hate how he said... So he gets knocked out. The Rancor runs away. Boba gets up. And Boba says in the show... Where is this line? He says, "Clear out and take your hoodlum gang with you." It felt not Boba-ish to... take your hoodlum gang with you. I didn't really like the feel of it. I didn't like the tone. Didn't like the delivery or the actual words. So I've got it replaced with this line: "I'll give you one last chance to walk away, Bane."
I'll give you one last chance to walk away, Bane.
I've known you a long time, Bobo. One thing I can't figure. What's your angle?
This is my city. Don't shop with me.
So I haven't done the audio blending on all this yet. That sounded way too loud right there. But instead of "don't toy with me," that's what I was saying, the "don't shop with me." And Goob, I'll send you these if we want to try running these lines through your thing as well to get the accent a little better. Other editor, Din, just really wanted some snacks. And then I have him whisper it here again. I'm undecided on this. So he hits him with the don't shop with me, don't screw with me, F with me type of thing. He hits him with the kill shot. And I'm undecided on this, but I have him like whisper it to him again.
Don't shop with me.
So very, very subtle in the background as he stands over his kill to like reinforce it. That's a little badass. A little badass moment. Undecided. I'll see how it sounds when I watch the whole sequence. Yeah. All right. I got a bunch of boba lines I can send you here. The problem is I can't remember which ones I ended up using. But I will send you a bunch here, and then you can kind of... Oh, what the... Figure out which takes you like and which ones you think you can improve. I think it's these. I'm sending them to you right now.
Sorry, I can't join.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I can't join you just yet. The huts are
That's
already
it.
showing in.
I'll give you one last chance to walk away.
I'll give
Bane.
you one last chance to walk away, Bane.
Yeah, okay. So I sent you a bunch of different lines if you want to improve any of those. The whisper feels oddly sensual, you think? Just have him look silently over the body. I'll watch it in full. Let's see. Okay. Then I added... Whoa, whoa. Where's this going? Where did this take me? I think I sent you this line, but again, another thing where it just felt Boba doesn't say anything here. He doesn't say anything for like the last minute or two of his own show. He just doesn't talk. So I just have he throws the melon, and it looks like he should be saying something as he approaches them. So he says, you all did well. Thank you. And then tosses Chrysanthemum and Antonin a melon. And then they make the little melon joke. And then I replaced... Again, this shot is a nightmare. So this is the shot from Book of Boba at the end. Obviously I can't use it because you got a big old freaking Grogu right here. What the... Right. This thing was like impossible to rotoscope and track. The movements of the ship is like really jerky, and it like bobs up and down, and I could not. And then this bubble, the reflections are changing. Grogu's head like bounces up higher in the bubble. And it was like, I was having such a hard time trying to mask this out. I could, like, get a blob in there that was, like, tracked. But then the reflections looked really weird. and it was like, to me, it felt too obvious. Oh, he like tried a hack job to cut Grogu out. So I was just like, okay, what else can I use? So I just pulled this clip from Mandalorian Season 3. I was just like, okay, because you get this flying away from Tatooine. So let me just change the camera angle and make the ship. And I can extend this a little more too. Because I want people to see R5 in here, so you have no thoughts that Grogu is in this ship. So I haven't decided like how long I want this ship flight to go. Probably like there. Gonna make something that doesn't look so choppy. And then nothing really new here. So yeah, fix that in one stuff. And then I had replaced, just changed Paz's line of get down. Just put in the Mandoa. Stop! Smack! And then I did the sound boost on his blaster because it was like disgustingly quiet in the show. Pew 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 pew. So I boom. And then the last thing I did was fix the glitch here. This was just an implementation glitch when I first put it in. I like doubled up the intro. So like it did this. It went to here, and then it just looped the same thing again. So I just fixed that glitch. And here we are. Oh wait, I did this one too. And then I did just a soundtrack thing. I need to mark it on my sheet. I did a boring soundtrack. Oh, I did more than this, dang. Sorry, I just don't have stuff marked on my sheet. Okay, I will show this one. So this is, I cut like the whole second Garza Fwip scene in her cantina. It felt definitely like a deleted scene type of thing. There was nothing that happens in that scene. It's fun. I like Garza in the cantina with the band and everything. It's nice, but there's nothing else added to the plot, and I had rearranged it because that's like a scene that would happen earlier in Book of Boba Fett. It just didn't fit after. It didn't add anything. Like, he goes in there, he checks, she gives him a bunch of credits, and he leaves. So I was like, I mean, it like kind of fits. The main thing that didn't fit was that he walks into that building wearing a helmet. Yet in the prior scene, he's not. So I mean, he's holding it here, but then like it cuts to him walking in the door, and he's wearing a helmet. And I was just like, eh. It feels choppy and unneeded all around. Goodness, you sent me all these files already?
I'll give you one last chance. I'll give you one last chance to walk away, Bane. This is my city. You all did well.
Alright, yeah, I'll go through those later and place them. So we now cut right from there. And they're still walking helmetless. So I just continue that whole conversation. And then this was also on my change list to fix. color grading glitch. So now they're just like walking and talking the whole thing. It's just like one long continuous walking scene. Look at that. It's smooth. You can't even tell I'm combining the very beginning of Book of Boba Fett episode 1 with the Book of Boba Fett episode 7. They do one consistent walk. The only inconsistency I have found in this, maybe it'll drive you crazy if you notice, is that in this one he's holding his helmet right side up, and then as he continues he's holding it upside down. Now I think that falls within like normal film errors that happen all the time on set, so it's nothing I'm...
This book to you. It's so
Oh,
short.
okay. My daughter's gonna read me a book. Okay, go for it.
Called Pete the Cat and the Bad Banana.
Oh, nice.
And I can read it. E.
Let's hear it.
Wait, did I skip a page? I think I did.
Pete the Cat and the Bad Banana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pete the Cat is banana for banana.
Bananas. That mean bananas means like crazy.
Pete the Cat is bananas for bananas. He eats banana as
Yep.
at breakfast.
Yeah.
He's throwing bananas. He eats bananas. Banana sandwiches. Pete is a fan of bananas and ice cream.
Nice, very good.
One day Pete ate a bad banana.
Uh-oh.
That was the last banana Pete ever ate.
Uh-oh, you got a tummy ache from it? Last page, wow. Can you read that one?
What
Good.
makes Pete happy? Now oranges.
Nice. Great reading. Thank you.
I read it all by myself.
Yeah, I see that. You're doing very good at learning.
It's so short.
Wow. All right, good night. Sorry, I can't resist that. You guys got a little Pete the Cat story. Yeah, that's what's cute. Let me pull this up. Look what she did for me when I was at work the other day too. If you watched my Star Wars Supernatural Counters chapter 24 part 2 thing on my YouTube channel, you'll get this reference. But my daughter, who has seen me working on that video for the last 6 months, drew this for me. There's Horless killing the attackers of Soul. And translation, this says, Star Wars, this is Horless. Go, Horless. This is a monster fighting a monster. So she drew that one, then she drew that one of him taking out the army. And then she drew me this one of the 3 siblings. The celestial architect siblings of old. You guys who are still doubters of supernatural encounters, you know those characters are like, they meet like Princess Leia and C-3PO and R2-D2. It's real lore. And then you've got this Vutsek. This is their father. And what's that called? It's in the comic The Pandora Effect. I think that's like a magazine. Like a short story magazine from 1981. Pretty cool. The Devil World series is really interesting. That continued for years, Devil World stuff, so into the 90s. Alan Moore is the one who he wrote. How many things did he write? Yeah, they just got him for like some of like the one-off comics, but he was like working on that. Does this link work? Got a web archive. Dude, the old Star Wars website was so good. The new one is kind of crap. Whatever the one was that had like the data bank where there's just like infinite lore. I think it was before this version. So I think it was before the Clone Wars era. This website, the StarWars.com, was peak. Like around Revenge of the Sith time, before Clone Wars. They had this thing like here it is, the data bank. And then they slimmed it down at some point and deleted a ton. But yeah, look at this. Okay, this was when it was at its peak. Look at this. Look how much lore they had on their website. I mean, down to like Darth Bandon from KOTOR. They had everyone. You've got the Geonosian from the Battlefront 2 campaign that you shoot. They had everything in here. The officer who ordered the massive ion cannon. They had characters, creatures, droids, locations, organizations, technology, everything. All on the website. Pictures of Empire War. This is on the official Star Wars website. Nowadays, oops. That's a Star Wars news website. Nowadays, you want to see their databank? Look how sad this is. It's only organized by Disney shows. Nah, this is nothing like it used to be. And I guess they've still got like a decent database down here, but it was peak when there was like thousands. I've never looked at this galaxy map, actually. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know this was on here. This is from their new book they put out, like the Galaxy book. This is kind of helpful. If it was searchable, it would be better. I guess they do provide a grid. Okay. That's cool. This is very nice then. I need to reference this more. I have this picture saved on my computer, but it is not like this high resolution to zoom into. Cool. So, anyways, yeah. There's our lore rant of the day. All right. What else we got? Yeah. If you randomly the fire's still raging? I got some. Hello, Kawaito Pixel. Welcome. Sorry, I'm getting to your message a little late. I was, on a little lore flow. Didn't see the chat. What is this? Hold on. I want to see. What did you say? Because before I say hello, let me see what you said. What is that, like Malaysian? What the? Why can't I copy that? Copy. There we go. It is Malaysian. Nice. It says the hardware and software for all this must be expensive. Right you are. Yeah, I mean, the PC itself is probably like $3K. Subscriptions to the editing software. Thankfully, like, I get licenses for my work since I work in a media company. So I have like a lot of licenses that I like have the accounts for, so that are just like mine, because I manage our digital marketing department, so I set up all the accounts and I can just like use stuff at my house too. So it's all set up here. It's set up on my work laptop and everything. So it's very fortunate for sure, because I would not be able to afford this many software stacked up without having that benefit. All right. Where was I at? Okay, so Plazier's start is double color graded. Is it just this planet here? I think it's just that first shot. Why does that? Hold on. Why is this changing colors on me? This looks like it has... I can't tell where this color grade is supposed to go. Is it supposed to be on this but not the second one? No. Why is it changing colors like this? Okay, there we go. That looks like it fixed it. It was just in like two different... Oh, I bet I know what happened. Yeah, I probably had Lumetri colors on the clip itself, and they were inconsistent between each other. Yep.
I wanted to say goodnight.
Okay, good night.
It's time for you to go to bed.
Okay.
Bye, Dad. I love you.
I love you too.
Tomorrow, play down here.
Yep. I'll put the car mat out. Close the door when you go up so I don't wake people up with my screaming.
Huh? You're gonna be screaming?
Oh, yeah.
For real?
Yeah, when the computer makes me mad because stuff stops working. I'm just kidding. But you can close the door.
But why do I need to?
Just so I'm talking, so I don't want to wake people up.
And you're gonna be loud?
I'll try not to be. Okay, where was I? We are going to cut down some of this. So I even felt like this initial section of like the clones here with Grogu watching, this even felt like it went on too long. And it's like inconsistent because in the show it was split into, what is it, part of it in the Book of Boba Fett and part of it in the Mandalorian. So they like expand on it in the the Mandalorian, but it's not like a consistent scene from what we saw before. So you get this part from Luke. Stormtroopers down a hallway, he's watching Jedi go down. Well, then it starts in the Mandalorian of them busting through a door. And they kind of turn, so it like, it kind of works. I would say this part with the door felt weird when I watched it all together. Because it was like, okay, he was looking straight that way. Door opens and he's like looking at the door suddenly, so I didn't like how that felt. So I don't know if we need like this door part necessarily. I mean, even just like, what does it end with? Almost like cut from there to this. And then the other change is that they didn't do this like halo effect around the edges, so that just disappears. But I mean, that I don't see a problem in that because it's like, you know, the dreams becoming more vivid and clear, and so you don't need that effect the entire time. But like to start, I think is fine. But let's see how this flows. Let's start from here. That was better than the other one. Cut him seeing the clones point into the clones. Cut him seeing the clones point into the clones, entering and mowing down the Jedi, perhaps? This part you're saying? This like kind of slow motion thing. I think even just like cut, because then it'll go from, well, then we'd have two back-to-backs. Oh yeah, we want to go from the, maybe from the lightsaber to this. So I'll go from lightsaber on the ground to that. Let's try this. Let's try that. That was smoother. The music was less smooth. Let me just extend that, I think. Actually, maybe just like use the rest of this. Say, honestly, the whole opening part is a bit odd because Grogu watches the Jedi around him die to being surrounded by Jedi. So if it goes from lightsaber on the ground to Jedi defending, that might be better. Yeah, that's true. That like the Jedi do have like a battlefront respawn point here. I mean, yeah, that works better because, like, in the time... Because, like, the 3 on our screen go down, yet the clone troopers are still shooting forwards. There's another shot forwards past the dead guys. You can see the lighting, the blasters are still going past. Still illuminating around Grogu. And by the time we cut up, there's 4 new ones. It's still not like perfectly consistent, I don't think. Just because they make this seem like closer than it is. I wonder if I think part of that is caused by being able to see the rim of his pod here. Because now you have Grogu placed perfectly right here. Let me experiment with... What if I just zoom in a little bit to get rid of that pod at the bottom? Because then you can't really tell how far away Grogu is. That might help with the depth perception that's occurring here. Yeah, because it's cutting like close-ups, some farther away. It's moving the camera angle over and over. But when they pull it back to this shot here, this is really where it feels like you can tell exactly where Grogu is in relation to this. There we go. That might help. Oh, another one? I also watched this and I was like, seriously, how is he in like the same exact type of pod in what Revenge of the Sith is 19 BBY? He ends up in the same exact pod. Just use the Disney timeline. I think they say Mandalorian season 3 is like 7 ABY or something, 5 ABY maybe. So 25 years later, when Din finds him, he's in the same exact type of pod. After 25 years, Grogu's hiding. I don't know if they've thought that through before. I get this is like kind of a common thing to put kids in these pods. But I feel like they could have done something different for his Jedi one. have him sit on something else other than the same exact type of pod that it's the same thing. I mean, it's like white instead of gray, but I guess it closes from the top. It's a different model, I guess, but I would have done some variation if I were directing. Yeah, like a hover chair, like Yoda. If you got a fresh vignette to that zoomed in shot, it'll look perfect again. You're spot on, though, about why he looks in that location. Yeah. Okay, let's try vignette. This is like the only time I have ever wanted to use a vignette. I normally hate that effect. When video games do it, oh, I lose my mind. I hate how that looks in video games. Like, I'm pretty sure Mass Effect, the default setting is film grain and vignette. And it's just like, why? I turn that off instantly. Oh, that's a depreciated. Does Adobe not have a built-in vignette? Oh, you can do it through Lumetri Color, huh? That's right. It is buried inside of that. I remember that. Where is that? Creative? Oh, there it is. It's its own setting. Okay. So do that. Can I change the color of it? I wish I could give it like those sparkles. Roundness. I don't want it so white. I don't think I can change the color of the vignette in here. That helps a little, just get the haze on the edges. On that one and on that one. Okay. It'll help it feel a little more consistent. Darth Batman! What's up? Sukui. Won't be able to stay long. Thought I'd pop in. I really appreciate it. Hit me out with a thumbs up on that stream if you could. I would appreciate that also. Sukui. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are currently trimming this scene up just a little bit and getting Grogu's geographic placement correct. Because it's inconsistent in the show. So, alright, then he's booking it. All the vignette stuff is gone. This was okay. Rewatching this, it was like... Again, it just feels rushed. I hate this when you don't get like a blaster score mark on them. They just skimp on the VFX. And it really makes a difference. So he deflects a blaster and it like it explodes. I mean, that looks like it explodes in front of him. And then he goes flying. I guess you would. Say it hit his blaster, maybe? But like all of them do that. They all get hit and they just go flying backwards with a spark, but they don't get the. In the prequels, they get like those scorch marks, those like burn marks on their armor when it gets deflected back at them. But here it's just like spark, fall. So I am not talented enough to do that VFX, unfortunately. Just like the stream, right as you said, dude. Cool, thank you. Okay, then the other part we were going to trim down was this. This part feels like it goes on a little long and nothing really happens. I want to get some cool shots of the gunships. But I want to find something to cut here. So all that's important right here. Here's where I might look to start cutting. Well, I think he closes his pod here. It's like we already got this. Like there we are. He turns and looks at Keller and Beck. You get the action of the gunships. Then you get the same exact thing from a different camera angle. See, it's just like, it feels like it's the same thing over and over and over. The tunnel is the important part. And there's a few cool motion shots here that I want to keep. But let's delete that, like, copy of a Grogu shot. This one I think is important because it shows the speeder bike is hit and smoking for the first time. So you see it get hit earlier, but now you can see, like, oh, it's damaged. So what if we get rid of this? What will that cut from? Oops, I didn't cut enough, apparently. So then you get from behind to in front, which is a great cut in and of itself. So let's rock that. The clones look plasticky there too. Yeah. They moved. I can't tell if those are fully CGI. I know in Ahsoka the clones are live action. These are CGI, I believe, but yeah, they don't. They looked better in 2005 than 2000. When was this? 23? 23, 24? Yeah, they look better back in 20 years ago. A lot of VFX has downgraded compared to the early 2000s. It's crazy. It's like some things they do more impressive, but the consistency is definitely gone. Okay, so we get the smoking. That's a cool angle. Can probably get away with cutting this. That looks weird. I don't like the green screen. That almost looks like CGI of Keller and Beck. Did not like how that looks. The lighting on his face is very wrong. Did they just use a still image of him? And then just move the objects? I don't think this one is real. His facial expression does not change one bit. You would like think back to how they made the prequel, and that looks like a render or a picture. But think back to like the prequels, like the speeder chase. Like you'd film them in a green screen, just sitting in the car, right? And they'd do their reactions. Their faces would change as they like turn the bike. He doesn't even move his hands. It just goes. He doesn't turn the bars. His face doesn't change. His head doesn't move at all. That is like a completely stiff CGI model, I think. And then the depth of the nose of this thing looks not great. Yeah, that shot overall looks bad. Goodbye. Like, look how much better the lighting looks just instantly on this shot compared to that last one. It's like, why would they include that? When you're making a show like this, you got to go through every single frame, every cut, and be like, does this add something? Is it worth my viewers' time to sit there and see this? And does it look good? That should be an important part too. So that one's good. I like the unique camera angle of that. See below, that's fine. That one's fine. I think this is going to be unnecessary. We are going to want to go down. So they fly past. I don't think we need that one of Grogu right there. Because we're about to just cut back to him there. So it's like, I don't think you need to see him twice in a row. Every single movement, they're like, Grogu reaction shot! What are his ears doing? Okay, let me catch up on these. Already you can cut Jar Jar and Grogu looking at each other. Don't need that shot. Yeah, I think I cut one of those. Don't need any of those other looking shots. Cut spacing. Too many Grogu. Yeah, oh yeah. Look at that. We're on the same page. Oh, hey, Prisms. Doing well, thank you. Taking advantage of a free Saturday night. Edit's going well. What in the Polar Express is that? Yeah, that's a good one. It does have that weird uncanny valley look to it. Explain what I'm trimming the Grogu flashback in Mandalorian Season 3. Oh, Goob answered me. P.S. Please make an edit of the Mando and Grogu movie without Grogu by starting the opening of him being run over. Dang. Grogu haters in the chat tonight. He's definitely overused for sure. He's the cash cow. And I think they're about to ruin that because I think they're going to just like overdo the novelty with this upcoming movie. And then never underestimate Disney's ability to learn the wrong lesson from something. I think they're going to look at this movie, which I expect to be a financial failure at best. They could break even, I think. I don't think they will. I mean, maybe with like toys. I don't think Star Wars toys do that well anymore in general. Guys, when I was doing Christmas shopping, getting stuff for my son, the Star Wars section at like the local supermarkets like Walmart and stuff, there was 5 action figures total. Not like everything else is sold out and that's all that was left. I mean, like, the shelves were full. That was the Star Wars section. And it was all Andor and sequel stuff. I was just like, what? Man, that's bad. Because some of it was like the Black Series, which they look good. Those toys look good, and they're for like more adult collectors, but I mean, what kid is gonna want I'm trying to think of some side character that I saw from it. I mean, they had like Andor side characters. Like what? Sad, the state of things, for sure. Mando and Grogu makes Solo look creative. Yeah, I bet Disney will see this financial failure and they're going to say, oh, Solo and Mando and Grogu character-focused movies can't work. I guarantee that's what they're going to learn. Which, okay, I don't agree. I think character-focused movies like these side stories could work if you just do them well. Do an EU story or something. Like, I think a Quinlan Vos movie could go crazy. You know, you got to add something new. You know, they're doing like the cheesiest type of things for it. You can tell good like Solo stories. No, not talking about Han Solo, but like one-offs, anthology type of things with good characters. Sukui Shoya. Thoughts on Filoni taking over Lucasfilm? Yeah, the rumor is him and Lynn Brennan. Lewin Brennan? Luyan? Something like that. She's just like a long-time business person at Lucasfilm. I think she was around during the prequels. So, not sure I have much faith in her. But if that can... I think that's better than making Filoni also handle the business side of things. And I would think Filoni would have more credit than her. Like, Kennedy is like the god there right now. So I think Filoni would have more influence over story than Brennan has compared to Kennedy. So I'm torn on Filoni. My faith in him is shaken. I still probably agree with the move. I'd rather it be Filoni than, I don't know, pull some other quote-unquote expert in that doesn't know Star Wars. I do think Filoni does get, like, what made George Lucas Star Wars special. I think Filoni goes over the top sometimes. I think he needs to rein himself back. But I don't know. Other than, like, myself, I'm not sure who else would be better. Other than the other people in this chat. You know, I'd rather get like, a very knowledgeable Star Wars nerd around there. Give him a nerd council. Okay, so dodging. Oh, there's another reaction shot. Squint. So here's the thing we have to check. He's underneath to the left. Yeah, it's going to jump too much. So here's something I notice companies do in Disney. In their own editing, I see this a lot. So as you can see here, here's a VFX shot. Look where Kelleran Beck is placed. So then you've got these frames of Grogu. And then we cut back here. Now, this is probably, I would say, one rendered scene. Like, they didn't render that previous one and then this one. They rendered this whole thing straight. And then they took this Grogu reaction shot and chucked it on top of the final cut. So we don't have access to the full thing. Sometimes what you'll see happen is I will find that this frame, the final frame of this one, you'll get a reaction shot, and then you will immediately, this one after the reaction shot will be the next frame of that same render. So sometimes they like put stuff on top of it like this. Like, imagine it's like this. So that shot is still playing underneath, yet they put a reaction shot on top. Other times, it will truly be like this, where that will be the final frame and that will be the starting frame of the one that would come right after this one, and they just bump it over to the side after the reaction shot. So I look at that because sometimes I have access to keep one flowing segment going if I want to cut the reaction shot. Other times I can't, because we'll do this jump that's not going to look good, because he's going to teleport like, what is this, like 10, 15 frames? He's just going to go thunk and appear over there. So they do that all the time in Rebels too. Which one? The one where they bump it like this? Yeah, because it's easier if they bump it rather than this. So, just a little thing I noticed. Anthologies is one of the better ideas Disney had. Yeah, I liked it. I did like it. What did you miss? You missed an hour and 15 minutes, pal. See you, Darth Batman. Batman. I say that all the Batman. Darth Batman. Thanks for dropping in. May the Force be with you as well. Do you have any hope if Filoni does take over? I'm wanting David Zaslav to come in and write off projects like Mando and Grogu. It's too late for that one. I do have some hope. I have hope for Filoni's movie. More than any other Star Wars project, I would say I'm most excited for that they've announced. Aside from not counting video games. Movies, shows, Filoni's like Heir to the Empire movie. I think his movie will really capture the feel of Star Wars. I don't love the era they've built around it, the placement, don't lead to the sequels. Get away from that era, please. But I think he will make his movie feel like Star Wars in a way that we haven't seen since Rogue One. Is that the only, that's probably the only movie you can say The Force Awakens kind of feels like Star Wars at some points in a vacuum before the other movies came out. It was still very Disney-fied. But there was a couple moments that I was like, all right, yeah, that brought back a little bit. But of course it was just a clone of episode 4 anyways. I would say Dawn of the Jedi, genre-wise, that they've announced is my most anticipated, but I have zero hope that they would make a faithful adaptation of Dawn of the Jedi, which they're stealing the name for. So if they change the EU stuff, that to me is an abomination. Yeah, if they've lost frames, it sucks. And mozzarella sticks, you missed those too. Yes, you did miss. You should try again, Troy. Third time's a charm. How's your tummy? What has been the shape of your toilet since that meal that was hurting your tummy? Filoni signed off on everything. He's been the CCO, and being promoted means nothing. I wouldn't say it means nothing, because I think now you won't have Kathleen's influence over Filoni. I think he played beta male to her to earn this role. So to him, it's a long play. I guess for him, it paid off. It didn't pay off for Star Wars itself, but congrats to him, I guess. Whatever strategy he employed. Or maybe he just really is of the same mold of Kennedy. I'm not 100% sure that's not the case. He has made me doubt. I just think he's kind of a beta male. George Lucas was a massive alpha. A little bit of a dickhead sometimes, but sometimes that was good, sometimes it wasn't. For the most part, I would say it's good when you have that one clear vision. And I say dickhead in an endearing way. a lot of people he worked with have like huge respect for him, but they're like, yeah, he's hard-headed. Like when he wanted something, a lot of times he'd be like, nope, this is how it's going. This is my vision. And they'd be like, okay, let's do it. And he had a great team around him and made it work. But a lot of people say like he wasn't the easiest person to work with. But I think culture in general has, like, that is overvalued, being easy to work with. No, have a good vision. I would say that's more important than anything else. Okay, what do I do with this Grogu shot? Filoni did not play anything. That's hopium. He's of the same mold. I don't know. I'm not sure. Filoni's made stuff that feels like Star Wars, so I know he can do it. And you hear people like Roger Christian talk about him. A lot of the old heads that have met with Filoni are like, yeah, he actually understands George. And I trust them more than I trust stuff I don't know. So I'm taking their word for it. Some of the old guys that worked with George are... Roger Christian said Filoni would be the best fit, and I trust Roger Christian. Issue with Starfighter, what you're hyped for is it feels like it was made because DPNW made $1 billion, not because an artist had a vision. Yeah, I'm not super excited for it. Nothing I've seen has changed my initial reaction to it yet. Which was, what did I rate that? Like a 5.5, 6 out of 10 excitement level. I'm just like, I mean, it might have a few moments that feel like Star Wars again. Hate the era. Just take that away from that sequel. They're just frozen in this post-Episode 6 world. Everything is about it, and I'm so tired of it. Not hyped for any Disney Star Wars project anymore. Been burned too many times. Wait to hear reviews before I even consider watching them again. Sad. It is the dark ages. For the dark times. For the Empire. He would have left already if he cared. See, that's... There are times where I would have taken a stand. Like, I would rather die than have my name in the credits of The Acolyte. Literally, kill me, hang me in public. Just don't let that happen. But like I said, I think Filoni's a beta male that is just like, I'm working on my own stuff. You do what you want for now. You know, that's kind of how I see him. But I'm definitely more hopeful than you. I'm not like a big Filoni like stan or anything, but I'm giving him, like, if his movie sucks, he's got Ahsoka season 2 and then his movie to prove me wrong. And if he can't nail those, like nail them, like I need at least an 8.5 out of 10 on those movies, on that season and that movie. If he can't hit that on those, then yeah, I would probably be done with him, which he'll just be getting started by then, really. So if Mando and Grogu wasn't Star Wars, you wouldn't even see it. Oh yeah, for sure. I see it as an obligation. I am curious why it took 6 years to get rid of Kennedy after Episode 9. Rey movie is taking time. It was the best possible. Ugh, yeah, 6 years later. Yeah. Kennedy had huge influence in Hollywood. That's really all. She's a powerful woman. A lot of behind-the-scenes politics with her. That's all it is. Yeah, no confirmation, but these rumors are like the most widely reported and credible ones that I have seen so far. People think that Kennedy ruined anything Filoni did is stuck on hopium. Let me have my hopium. I love it. Alright, let's find the cut we need to make. Look, oh my goodness! How many times are we going to cut back to Grogu's face? Grogu squints. Kelleran wiggles. Grogu unsquints. Kelleran wiggles. Grogu closes. Okay, so that one's going to be important for scene consistency. So we're going to cut from... I'm going to have to keep at least one Grogu reaction shot to be able to sync up these shots. So let's keep that one, and we'll cut the second one. Yeah, we'll cut this chunk. Good. Then he closes. Finally, hopefully, we can stop looking at Grogu now. I'm surprised they didn't like cut to a reaction shot inside his pod after this. And then like this is why I say this segment just felt so slow. Okay, look, he's driving. Tunnel. He looks at it. Tunnel. He cuts for it. Like, do we really need to see this again? It's like they don't trust you to recognize that this is what they want you to look at. It's like, nope, be very sure the viewer knows. Again, he looks like so calm here, too. Feels like that goes on a few frames too long. And then we're cutting that second tunnel. Maybe like the first frame of this. Rumors true. We'll know the truth by February. Also curious. Yeah, Maul Shadow Lord, I am excited about. Maybe I should add some more Grogu shots in. That's what's missing. Yeah, I need to make some AI Grogu reaction shots of inside his pod for when they turn. It would be so funny if he turns and then you cut inside here. Oh, look at this. I forgot they did this one. As I'm making fun of it, I think he like opens it and then closes it again or something. Look at that. This is crazy. Into the tunnel. Grogu. Tunnel shot. Grogu. Oh my goodness. They're killing me with this. I gotta do the one of him opening it because it's open again. Can I just... Actually... Is it just open again from then on? Wait, it opens here again? When does he close it again? Oh, I think they done messed up. Hold on. People, what's happening here? Closes. Opens. And then it's definitely closed right here again. So are they saying I might have cut something that I didn't realize before? No. Okay, so we don't need this whole open gag. Open, look up, get that out of here. It's going to be closed until it opens. That's ridiculous, man. That pisses me off so much seeing that. Oh my goodness. I knew this segment when I watched it. I was like, it's just... It doesn't flow very well. So, we're cutting into here. We're inside the tunnel. I think we do have to show this close up because there's too much distance by this point. I can't cut straight to here. Because... Is that the outside? Well, I might be able to cut all that. Because he's already, like, that far in. So it would cut right from that to... Let's see if I can cut that little, like, first-person thing from Grogu's perspective. That, I think, would be better. Oh, but freaking... See, but his pod is open there. And then they do another first-person shot. That one will be a little more important. Okay, so... Just for extra concern of each and every detail, we will zoom this to not see the open pod. Should I go to the side or up? Turn and we go up. We're still closed because we got rid of the gag. Phew. It's not just Kennedy that's the problem. A lot of people are the problem. Oh yeah, they need somebody to come clean house for sure. The camera angle represents his head turning to look at it. You don't need... Yes, exactly. Yes, the way it, like, jerks, it's like, that is his perspective of, oh, I'm looking... Oh, I move my head to the right and spot the tunnel. '2020's most anticipated film. Maul died in The Phantom Menace. He was used as a weapon. That's all. Episode 9, Wookiee's Duel of the Fates. Yeah, I'm very interested to see his, especially his EU ties for his edits. Maybe I should add some more open-close shots, you know, like a gag in the middle of Order 66. More Grogu. I need more comedic moments as all the Jedi are slaughtered. Okay. So we're through this. We bounce around. We're closed. He sees that. Grogu opens. Alright, let me see this. See if there's anything unnecessary here.
Don't worry. We're gonna meet up with some friends of mine. But hold on, it's gonna be a bumpy landing.
Oh my goodness. That's all? Oh my goodness, people. Please tell me I can find a way to cut around that. Don't worry. We're going to meet up with some friends of mine. Okay, I think that's pretty obvious, by the way. You just showed we're heading towards a very specific platform that looks like it has a Naboo yacht on it. Must I have your commentary right now? Wowzers. So now we cut right from that to that, which is perfect for the distance. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect now. The distance wouldn't even make sense with that long of a conversation between. It's like he froze in midair and wasn't descending anymore so that he could say, don't worry, we're going to meet up with some friends of mine, and you get another open-close joke. So funny. Open, close, open, close. Okay. So they land. Boom, he flies out. Open. See, and now you have this little moment of like, that works now because I have it closed the entire time now. From when he closes it until this moment. Now it's open for the first time. So that kind of reaction now is like, I would say, a good little reaction shot. It's just they overdo it. Like they did this 3 times. Just save it. Have some patience and save it. And then I know I already trimmed this because this all happened so slow. I remember doing that in another stream. So we play this out a lot faster. They get in the ship. They take off. And they go. Thank you to Wookiees, Rebels, and More for this shot. If you guys don't know, Wookiees, Rebels, and More has a Google Drive he hosts from his Discord channel that's linked on there that, like, everything he builds that's finished, he puts up on his drive for other editors to use. So, huge shout out for him. I can't remember who he worked with. He had, like, another editor, him and Wookiees, like, partnered on this project to restore this scene that was, like, a previs render they showed but never used. Boom, and we're free. Oh, we're finally free. I'm surprised they didn't put him in a pod right here and then he like closes and opens it to look up at Luke. Whew, nice. All right. Green checks. Maybe trim some of the Beck speeder chase. Yup. Done. That took a lot longer than I thought. I didn't think it would be that much nonsense in there. I'm glad I took another look at that segment, though. And then I fixed this one. Change Din's line from, "You think we're going to have to blast our way out of here?" to, "Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?" Now, this is a good one. I'll explain. So, as I recall, everything here was good. I liked all this. I will say, I don't know if it's a weakness. It's not a weakness for me personally, but for other people, I could see there being like too much reading. You know, I think of what happened here. Where'd it go? Whoa, hold on. Something's really wrong here. How did that? Okay, that looks right. I don't know why that was there. I didn't even have that as a note. I think of people like my sister who, like, shorter attention span. She would be completely unable to watch this 60 seconds of, like, Plaisir lore and then tell me, like, a single detail from this conversation. So, you know, I do expect some comments like, it was hard to follow the subtitles. Not because I think they're all, like, formatted right. They all perfectly match voice lines. But in general, the human mind does struggle a little bit more with comprehension when it's, like, only reading as visual stuff is going on above. You comprehend better if they are speaking English and you can understand it and read it. That's the best way. But, you know, so I am anticipating a few people to be like, it did feel like there was a little too many subtitles. Well, watch the movie again then, and you'll catch all the little bits. Because I'm doing, like, little payoffs. Okay? I mean, here's some foreshadowing. I have this in here as intentional foreshadowing. So, I'm cool with it, but it is a comment I expect. And my response to them will be, watch it again. Okay, then this is what I had done earlier. Yeah. So this is like our first cutback to Boba Fett since Tatooine here. So it's been like 1:14. It's been like 18 minutes since we last saw him. Oh, 17 minutes. And then I watched this, and all this seemed good. I was, like, happy with it. The Rancor sound effects felt like they worked. I was good with everything here. I will say, this cut did feel a little harsh. I think just from, like, the colors. I don't know a better way to transition them. Maybe I get rid of the fade in. What's happening here? Why are my stars, like, jumping? Yeah, there's something weird here. Okay, so that's the first frame where the stars are actually there. I mean, honestly, what if I just take this and then take it down to, like, 98% speed? So I'll have to do 97. Ooh, I gotta pee. Let me do a quick in to out render here to see if I can get a little smoother transition. That'd be fantastic. Better use AI to put him in the fun. The joke isn't complete without overdoing it again. Pardon your absence. Oh, you are pardoned. But when can we expect this edit? Oh, hold on. Yeah, that feels better. I think it was just that, like, stars jerking around that is what made it look weird on my rewatch. Okay, so good there. I remember this one. I might try and redo this voice line. Or I think I'm going to replace that one. I remember that one sounded like a little off. All right. Okay, when can we expect this edit? Got a binge for Mando and Grogu. I mean, it will definitely be out before then. We're aiming for end of the month for this edit. Maybe I'm trying as hard as I can to get out. I mean, end of January, beginning of February is the expected release date. Yeah, it should be perfect for people to be able to take like 3 months to binge all 6 of my movies before Mando and Grogu movie in May. Can't believe we're only like 5 months away from a Star Wars movie and I have like zero hype. Oh man, I miss having hype. Hype is fun. Also, I DM'd you a playlist for your film series. Also going to review each of the Don Bluth works. All Dogs is a favorite. We discussed, though it isn't per se for the youngest. Cool. Yeah, I'll check out those. I know you wanted me to look at some of your like old school review videos. Oklahoma! What's up? Thanks for dropping by again. I think the subs are good for these last 2 movies because Star Wars problem is every movie feels like it has to reintroduce Star Wars to the audience. But for this being 5, 6 films deep, the subs are earned and the story can go deep. Cool. That's a good perspective. I like that. I like that a lot. Alrighty. I'm gonna go take a pee break. I just need to. I won't be long. Okay, this did not work out as well as I wanted, but there we go. All right, BRB. Alright, we're back. What am I working on? What am I up to now? Yes, this voice line. I was going to read you this one. So what did he say? Like, yeah, I was there. You know what?
Most of it was captured from the Empire.
I kind of want to rewrite this whole thing. This, if you remember, this is the part where she's like telling Din where she got her Mandalorian ships, or her Imperial ships. It was captured from the Empire. Literally, Din was on the mission that captured it. So that's why I made him like say a gag back to her, like, yeah, I was there. But then like it's not really acknowledged as a gag, and when I watched it back, it like didn't land because she doesn't have like any reaction, because that's not what he actually said. What does he actually say? I can't even remember. He says, I knew they looked familiar? Is that seriously?
I knew they looked familiar.
Oh my goodness. That's bad. That's so bad. Shockingly bad. So since her head is turned, I can pretty much make her say anything, honestly. As long as I get like the Empire at the end of the sentence. And she says most of it was captured by the Empire. Girl, there's... How many comics do you have? 7 comics? Then your light cruiser, and then what are these? They almost look like tartan cruisers, but I don't think they are. Is that I think that's a Mandalorian ship. Wait, and where do those go? Those are like never in the show again. Because those didn't come to Mandalore. All they had was the comics and that. So these things just disappear off the face of the earth. What is that? Do you know what that is, Shoya? If you're there? Okay. I mean, can I just like cut this? Is there anything useful I could even make them say? Let me listen to this conversation and see like what's relevant to Plaisir and what's new.
That's quite a fleet.
It took me a long time to assemble it. Most of it was captured from the Empire.
I knew they looked familiar.
Could come in real handy taking back Mandalore.
Axe Woves is their leader now. It's going to take some convincing to get them to...
Can we just... Okay, let's just cut from... It took me a long time to assemble it. And then let's cut to Din. Let's keep this simple and keep things moving. That's honestly just... I don't think there's any more information that needs to be shared here between them. And those two lines seem like they can sync up.
That's quite a fleet.
It took me a long time to assemble it.
Could come in real handy taking back Mandalore.
Axe Woves is their leader now. It's going to take some convincing to get them to join us.
I wonder what they're here for.
This planet isn't on the New Republic registry, so I'd guess it's an independent...
Perfect. I think that flows perfectly. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. Let me catch up on some chats. You are pretty far into subbing the series now. The Mandalorian, an amount of required reading slowly expands. Yes, it does, for sure. So it introduces the heavier Mandalorian in the series quite well. Yeah, and it like as the story becomes more Mandalore focused, you start to get more and more lines and more lore to read. What have I been watching of late? I finished Bates Motel. Next movie I watch is going to be Lady Hawk. And I started watching BoJack Horseman. T-Wom Rebels Recut Rugrats and Pokemon with your kids. Nice. Rugrats? Wow. That's a throwback. I wonder if my kids would like Rugrats. Oh, I haven't even done that yet. That wasn't even part of my changelog. Do it. This whole section is awful. Both of them, Gideon's Destroyer and the other one. Took them together from the Empire. This is the way. Yeah, I should just add a "this is the way" right there. That would perfect that sequence. What she said, took me a long time to assemble it. This is the way. And then she can repeat it back. This is the way. And then the armor can pop up in a hologram right here and say, this is the way. That would be sick. Wait, she should have two light cruisers? One from the episode where she told Din about Ahsoka, yes. And the other was Gideon's ship. She said she wanted to claim that one. You're making me think. Yeah? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think you are correct about that. Am I certain? Is it for sure? Let me look this up. Book 3. Where's my book 3? I don't even know if I have a download of that on my computer. Yeah, I think you're right though. That was an Imperial light cruiser also. And then what happened to Gideon's? Did she actually, I don't know, did we ever get confirmation that that's what happened? Probably. I mean, Luke takes Grogu and bails. It's not like the New Republic showed up and like confiscated it or anything. Yeah, I think she should. Oh, wait. I know what happened. She smelted down this big one into these two little ones. So her second big one, she smelted it and made these. Which I don't think these are Tartan cruisers. That's what it kind of looks like from here. I love these ships. These are in Empire at War. Those things shred starfighters. It kind of looks like that, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure when you get to the ground, it's like just some sort of Mandalorian transport shuttle. Oh, R.I.P. Corns. Trying to get an angle on these other cruisers. Oh no. Everything's in different spots. That's funny. And by funny, I mean pathetic and sad. Wait. Was it a Tartan, or was it one of these that they take in the... I don't think they took a light cruiser. This has to be Gideon's. Isn't this the thing they took? That's the thing they took from the water world, right? I gotta find this. What movies and TVs have I been watching? Yeah, I answered that one. Any Mando and Grogu fan edit plans? Oh, I'll absolutely do it. Lady Hawk was interesting. Its score is terrible. Funny you say that. I'm watching a fan edit that rescores the entire thing. Because I was also told that, and somebody apparently did a wonderful job rescoring it. And they say it makes the movie. Like it completely changes it. IDK of losing one got explained away in book 5. No, I haven't rewatched that part yet, but I just watched Bo-Katan claim the extra light cruiser. Yeah, okay, if you can check for me. I can't find where that file is on my computer right now. But all the positions of the ships have changed, so apparently during Din and Bo-Katan's adventure, they completely reorganized the parking. Because that thing was not there. And these were not in this formation. So, oh well, that's what we'll say happened. They changed their parking for whatever reason. But weren't there 2 of these? Where's the other one of these? I only see one of those. And then that thing definitely doesn't come with them to Mandalore for some reason. So we only see one of those. What about when they fly on Navarro? What's coming through the sky? Okay. So it looks like they do show both, because I think that and that are the same type of transport shuttle. So they both fly here. Oh, there's more. Oh, this is just... Alright. There was no consistency in any of this, I think it's safe to say. They just did what they wanted. They definitely just did anything. You know, we'll say one of these was in a different system and Axe Wolves called them and flew it in, because now there's 3, even though there was 2 in the other one, and then 1 in the other one, you know? Oh well. And then those play no role on Mandalore. None. It so felt like Mandalore should have had like a big space battle that they just never did. I want to check one more thing. Just for kicks. Because I was going to say, I think I do remember them being there. They just didn't do anything. Oh, no way! There's 4 now! 1, 2, 3, 4. That's funny. They're just multiplying. You know, we'll say they called in their other friends, or you know, Axe had some on patrol, and they weren't all on Plaisir, but he brought them all together because there are more Comrics here too. So they didn't explain it, but we'll say this was. The whole fleet wasn't here on Plaisir. Though with like the commentary of like, that's quite a fleet, you would think, hey, if we're going to do this voice line, you know, it would look a lot more impressive if you did have 4 of these guys and like 10 more Comrics here. because that's what actually ends up showing up. Because I wouldn't look at that and say that's quite a fleet, to be honest. It's not that impressive. Oh well. Okay, yeah, so what, they did take one of those transport shuttles. Donated to Lizzo and Jack Black to keep them out of book 6. You recently made a cut of Kill Bill into one movie, right at 3 hours, but also with restructuring it significantly. Interesting. I could probably make a new shot with AI to make the fleet bigger. That's an interesting idea. So there's only like one. I mean, it's only up there for like 2.5 seconds. And I could probably reproduce this. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. My main concern would be I don't know if AI can replicate like more of these ships. I think it will just end up like making its own nonsensical ships. It's worth a shot. Alright, let's get to the dim voice line I was trying to do. I remember this one. I kind of wanted to redo this voice line. I think I wanted to have like a Harchak in here instead.
Harchak.
Oh.
Harchak. Harchak. Harchak.
He's a little too weary.
Harchak. Harchak. Harchak.
A little too whispery.
Harchak.
Oh, hit the curling arm.
Harchak.
Holler.
Harchak. Harchak.
I think weary isn't giving what I want.
Harchak.
He's like too tired. Sounds like he's dying, like it's his last word. Damn.
Harchak.
Yeah. Let's try a period.
Harchak.
Come on.
Harchak.
Why they got him so tired?
Harchak. Harchak.
Okay, maybe I need an exclamation point.
Harchak. Harkak.
Oh man. That was AI, people. You can't blame me for that. It's a pretty flat area. Would it be a big job just to copy whichever one is in the best light? That's an interesting idea too. Maybe I might be able to get away with that. Wow, that did not sound like it should. Solid rooster. Alright, exclamation point.
Harchak. 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 Harchak.
Man, he's struggling with this word.
Harchak. Harchak.
Yeah, let me get this. See if that will help him out.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Why is he so slow saying this?
Hard chalk. Hard chalk. Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Okay, let's try quickly, because I feel like he's saying this too slow. I went like quick and annoyed, like hard chalk. How hard is it to say that?
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
We're getting closer. Maybe another exclamation point.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
It's getting closer.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Why, he's still like too whispery.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Okay, maybe I need to make him shout.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk. Chalk. Hard chalk.
No, now he's like all panicked.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
I can't get the right emotion.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Okay, shouting isn't it. Angry? Let's try angry.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Oh, raspy.
Hard chalk.
T-Mow? Triple X cut. T-Wom, sir. The dyslexia is coming through.
Hard chalk.
The Mandalore of Way.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Now angry is like... Let's try angry with the period.
Hard chalk.
Angry with the period.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Man, this is...
Hard chalk. Hard chalk. Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
It's like the ones you think would be so easy, it just can't.
Hard chalk. Hard chalk.
Alright, let's try a different model here.
My ear chalk.
Beautiful.
Ha, here. Jake.
Oh,
Hard chalk. Hard chalk. Hard Jake. Hard chalk.
dang, this is tough. I might have to do the old voice recording. Harchak.
Harchak.
Really?
Harchak.
Why does it sound like that?
Harchak.
Why does it sound like that? Harchak.
Harchak.
Why is it doing that?
Harchak. Harchak.
Harchak. Oh, come on. I don't sound like this.
Harchak.
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 Wow, it refuses this. Let me try my older Din model for whatever reason. I've got an old one and a new one. Let's see if the old one can do any better.
Harchak. Harchak.
Oh, I forgot to do the emotion.
Harchak. 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 Harchak.
Ah,
Harchak.
oh, that was like a little too whiny.
Harchak.
Too whiny.
Heart shock. Heart shock.
Doesn't have the right emotion in it. It's getting closer.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Get rid of the dash.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Damn it.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Too exasperated.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Okay, yeah, let's try irritated.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
So whispery.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Yeah. Oops. Without the dash, it like struggles with the pronunciation.
Har chalk.
It wasn't terrible.
Har chalk.
It's a little too like deep.
Har chalk.
Man, if only he had the emphasis on that. Because damn it doesn't sound right. That's why I got it in caps up here, people.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
It's getting close. Come on.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Too angry.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
It sounds like Din,
Har chalk.
but I don't like the delay.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Too
Har
much.
chalk.
Let me try a period.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Try period.
Harchak.
AI is going to take over the world, guys. You heard that.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Man, this is brutal.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Archie.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
It's giving me some variation.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Too deep. Let's try changing that setting. Make it robust.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Okay, these are getting closer.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
I need him to say it a little quicker.
Har chalk. Hair chalk.
Hair chalk. These are
Har chalk. Har chalk.
these are the best I've heard so far.
Har chalk. Har chalk.
Sounds like it's close.
Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk. Har chalk.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Har chalk.
That might work. Let's try it, please. Oh my goodness, I'm getting this glitch again. I hate that. It just randomly decides it won't let you click and drag anything anymore. And you have to restart Premiere to make it work. Probably gonna call it for a night once I get this heart jack. This is the most effort I've ever had trying to cuss. Horchok. Oh my goodness, it's out of control. I thought that normally fixes it. I can get it. I can do it. I can do it. Hold on.
Horchok.
Oops, there we go. Okay, it's in. See how it sounds.
Horchok. This is why you don't let...
Ah. I forgot I had this second line. Totally forgot this was supposed to be at the end of it.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
Close.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids... This is why you don't let...
He's like too pointed.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
That wasn't bad.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
Is that one?
This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
That one's like close. It feels a little soft.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
Sounds a little weird. Let me try my new din with this
This
one.
is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
It's getting feisty.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
Close, but not the right.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
That, okay. I think between those two. Am I still going to be denied the ability to drag? I am. So freaking annoying. Boom. I can do that. It's just so much easier to drag. I got my window open on the other one. And
Horchok. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
the tone of those was like too different.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
I can't tell. Is that a Harchak?
Horchok.
Where's the other one I imported? What's happening?
Horchok.
Why did it give me two Harchaks?
Don't let droids run a planet.
I think I'm missing the one I wanted. What is that? Oh, I don't know which one I need. Gosh dang it.
This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
That's the one I want. 050453. 050453. Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay. Let's make this a little softer.
Harchuk.
Oh, that was way too quiet.
Harchuk. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
I almost feel like the... Oops. Oh, now it's too loud.
Harchuk. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
Okay, we're getting close. Part of it is just a volume thing. And then I gotta add some reverb in here.
Harchuk. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
There we go. It's getting close.
Harchuk. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
I think that works now.
Harchuk. This is why you don't let droids run a planet.
I've never been trapped on a tram before, have you?
No, this is a new one. Do you think we're gonna have to blast our way out of here?
Okay, so that's what I wanted to delete. I'll do one more voice line. All right, I gotta get through this segment. So this, do you think we're gonna have to blast our way out of here?
We'll find it.
Out of here.
We'll find out.
She says, we'll find out. I don't hate that. It's not necessarily that I disliked that line from Din.
This is a new one.
But I think speculating this question adds more to the lore, and since I changed the whole reason they're on Plaisir and the adventure they're about to go on, as I rewatched it, I was like, I'd like just a little more direction on like what's happening, because they are getting delayed by this Imperial sympathizer in my edit, and I wanted to put that question in people's brains earlier, rather than like normally you kind of get the idea that someone's trying to mess with them like by here. But I want that question to start popping in people's brains, like, oh, this seems intentional. Someone's trying to delay them or stop them or intervene with what they're doing. So no problem with this line. I don't think it's like out of character or anything. I just think this one would be more helpful to this planet. So let's get one more line here tonight.
Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
I gotta add a question because it's like popping at the end.
Who would be trying to stop us from Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
It's close.
Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who?
Who?
Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
It's close.
Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet? Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
that one might work. And then she says, we'll find out. Right? So I think, oh my gosh, I'll never get over that. Sometimes it lets you, sometimes it doesn't. No rhyme or reason why. Okay, let's try this.
No, this is a new one. Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
Let's make that a little louder. Make that a little quieter.
This is a new one. Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
We'll find out.
I think that works. That puts the question in the viewer's mind.
I've never been trapped on a tram before, have you?
No, this is a new one. Who would be trying to stop us from reaching your fleet?
We'll find out.
It definitely flows naturally. Conversation-wise.
Didn't think we'd be spending so much time in Hyperloop pods together.
Are you complaining about that?
No, just pointing it out.
Let's just finish this so we can be on our way.
There we go. And then you got a little flirtatious tension in there. Good. Good, 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 good. I think that's mission accomplished for tonight. Made it a good deal through this list today. Next time, see if I can get through any more of this on my own. Yeah, I will be cutting this. And then a lot of this is just like volume or pitch stuff on the voice, so I might have to re-record some of these. Boba V Hutt scene. Yep, this is like a big change I'll need to do. It's probably the biggest one I have on this. Is this and this. I'm changing like a little plot point here with the Hutts. So I kind of need to... That's like the biggest change of my whole edit that I have discovered that I need to do. Getting through it, and then I still haven't put the last 45 minutes of the movie in here, so this page will probably be full. So, almost done, page 1 of 3. There we go. I'm doing more than I thought I would end up doing. Like, every time I dive back in, I'm like, oh, that could be better, that could be better. So I'm just going with the process, going with the flow. I want the edit to be as good as it can. Hardwick, it seems you showed up at the end. Oh, what a shame. Thanks for dropping in. I'm glad you could drop in at least for the last minute or two. So we will pick up in the Ugnaughts next time. I think do I have pitch or speed on here? Or nothing? Nothing so far. So the problem with this is like a lot of these... Look when I generated this voice line. 2024. Isn't that wild? So like a lot of these lines are from like older models and they don't sound as good, and so like as I come across them it's like, oh, that sounds a little different. Well, that's because it's from 2 years ago. When I first came up with the ideas for these and wrote those lines. 2 years. Probably like more like a year and a few months, but the models are better since then. You can get more emotion out of stuff since then, and I'll probably, even after I watch this, do a technical pass, send it to some other editors who are in that crew. Let me know, like, I think you could do another take of that voice line, because a lot of this is just like, it's a year and a half old. So definitely feedback I'll be looking for is just tell me ones to redo. Just say that one sounded a little off. Try again. So, all right, save. It's actually letting me save on my new SSD now. I'm not getting that glitch. All right, any final comments? Hey, your progress and a face. Nice. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll get another stream in here soon. See what I can do on my own. This is like the old days. Just back at it again, apparently. Back into frame-by-frame analysis, huh? Will this edit ever end? Can I be free? Please. Phew, this is a lot. I don't even remember writing half of this. Exposure too high. Oh, I do remember that. All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining. Good night, Jetica. You're glad to be back. I want to have this thing released. I want to be done. I want to be free. But until that day.